Given the circumstances of today's media, there's no escaping the invasion of privacy on many of today's NBA stars' personal lives. However, many of the top players in the game have managed to keep a lot of their private lives under wraps in order to protect their kids from the rush of the press trying to take a picture and ask a question. Others have found solace in opening up and showing off their kids proudly during a basketball game or a birthday. Today we look at NBA players you didn't know had kids. Before we get into all that, if you want to win a PS5 with NBA 2K22 and Madden NFL 22 included, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. There are plenty of NBA stars out there who are fathers, but some you wouldn't suspect based on either their lack of social media coverage or them being very protective in keeping their children out of the spotlight. Here are some of the stars you didn't know have kids. Kyrie Irving. Kyrie is known as one of the most charitable figures in the NBA. From paying off debts for students at Lincoln University to his KIA Family Foundation, Irving clearly has the empathy and consistency of a good father figure. In 2015, a year before he hit the championship-clinching shot against the Golden State Warriors, Kyrie's ex-girlfriend gave birth to his one and only daughter, Azuri Elizabeth Irving, whose middle name was taken after his late mother. Clearly, this helped his mindset because the season that followed led to his first NBA title, which gave him his best career playoff field goal percentage to date. A man of mystery, Kyrie has been known to speak on conspiracy theories, make movies, and work on many business ventures, but his biggest claim to fame, other than his talent, is the huge trades and teams he's been involved with. From LeBron James' Cleveland Cavaliers to the Brad Stevens-era Boston Celtics, and now with the triple threat Brooklyn Nets of himself, Kevin Durant, and James Harden. It's wild to imagine we know so little about a guy who's part of so many NBA conversations and gives so much off the court. Another NBA champion who has a pretty major glimpse at fatherhood is Dwight Howard.
The smile, the hugs, the "I love you, daddy," that's amazing just for your daughter or your son, just to say "I love you, dad." Like that's bigger than life. It's better than me dunking the ball a million times on somebody or blocking a shot or doing all that. Just having my daughter give me a hug and say "I love you."
Sometimes we forget he's the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year and an 8-time All-Star, primarily because he's been in the league so long and for so many teams. Howard was the first overall pick of the 2004 draft and put up some monster stats at his time with the Magic. In 2009, he carried the Magic to their first NBA Finals in 14 years, with 40 points and 14 rebounds in the deciding Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers. By this point, he'd already had his first child, Braylon. He then became the first player in NBA history to lead the league in blocks and rebounds in the same season twice for 2 years in a row, and followed that up with 4 more children. All 5 of his kids are from different mothers. When asked how challenging it is to create the same family environment that he enjoyed growing up, he said,
Actually, when my kids are here, they get that environment, what I'm saying? They get that family, get that whatever they would need from their father. I try to be that for them. When people talk about not having kids before you get married, are you ready? I think that part is something that I want to really instill with my kids. Make sure that you are established, make sure you love yourself, make sure you're responsible for your actions before you bring another child into the world. So that's something that I didn't know at a young age, but I'm glad I did. Despite five moms and stuff like that, I'm glad that I have my 5 children. They're the best thing that happened to me.
Howard has unfortunately dealt with much difficulty involving his personal life, including the mother of his son David tragically passing away due to an epileptic seizure in March of 2020. On the court, however, Dwight Howard was galvanized by a move to the LA Lakers where he found his form that led to their NBA championship win just months after the tragic incident. He currently has a great relationship with his children and has set up numerous foundations and charitable causes related to kids.
What do you want for lunch?
Cookies!
What about turkey and fruit?
Yeah, and cookies.
A man of the same era and numerous controversies who you might not believe has a child is Carmelo Anthony. What's even more wild is that his son is already 14 years old. Carmelo's fiancée at the time and celebrity television personality Lala had his only son, Keon, in 2007. The pair went on to very publicly marry in 2010 as their wedding was filmed as part of a reality TV series. This 10-time All-Star was the 3rd overall pick in the 2003 draft, which catapulted him into the limelight. In 2009, he led them to their first conference finals since 1985. Carmelo then switched to the New York Knicks, where he solidified his name, breaking records and taking the Knicks past the first round of the playoffs in 2013 for the first time since the year 2000. Despite the early contentious incidents which hampered his public image early on in his career, Carmelo has been very charitable over the years and actually took the NBA Social Justice Champion Award of 2021. Although he and Lala reconciled following an alleged cheating incident in 2017, she recently filed for divorce. Just days after the divorce, they both sat near each other at their son's basketball game in order to show some solidarity as parents and send a message that despite parents' troubles, the kid is always top priority. One man that remains very quiet about his fatherhood is two-time Finals MVP Kawhi Leonard.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
Without social media, Kawhi stays as silent as ever when talking about his kids. He has 2 children with his longtime girlfriend. His daughter was born in the United States while his son was born in Canada during his brief stint at Toronto. The Clippers' small forward is notoriously private to the point of a media frenzy and fascination. He rarely gives interviews, and when he does, specifically ensures he doesn't get asked about his private life. He's openly spoken about the fact that he actively tried to not consume as much news or media too. This calm conduct appears to have worked in his favor on the court, as he has never once appeared nervous or under pressure during big games, giving him the nickname Fun Guy, as an endearing but sarcastic rhetoric. Seemingly okay with some self-deprecating humor, Kawhi took part in a Terminator ESPN spot upon his arrival to the LA Clippers with Paul George, following one of the biggest blockbuster acquisitions of all time engineered by Kawhi all along.
It's a totally normal laugh. He's a fun guy.
Good thing. Otherwise, I'd have to terminate you.
Hasta la vista, baby.
What it do, baby?
In 2017, MVP Russell Westbrook started out from humble beginnings. He met his high school sweetheart, Nina Earl, before going to UCLA, where he was named All-Pac-10 third team and won the Pac-10 Defensive Player of the Year. He then entered the 2008 NBA Draft and was selected 4th overall by Oklahoma, and the rest, as they say, is history. Following their marriage in 2015, Westbrook and Nina had 3 children together, 2 of whom are twin daughters born in 2018. As for his son, there's plenty of footage of his father Russ playing ball with him. Who knows, one day we might see another Westbrook grace the floor in as athletic a fashion as their father. Russell's tough and trash-talking image on the court, however, appears very separate from that of his real life as a father. He clearly makes the best of his time with his family, as you can see on his social media.
Go ahead.
Stop.
You said what?
Now back in his beloved LA with LeBron's Lakers, it's hard to imagine Russell isn't settled enough to push for his first NBA championship that one day he can show to his kids. A player who is often drawn as a comparison to Westbrook is Ja Morant. And although he's fairly new to the league and only 22 years old, Morant has a child who was born just a month after he was drafted 2nd overall in the 2019 NBA Draft. The timing couldn't have been better, as he went on to win the NBA Rookie of the Year after brushing aside the competition with ease by leading all rookies in assists with an average of 7.1 assists per game. As well as total points scored with 1,138. He started putting up some crazy numbers for a new recruit the following season with 44 points, and 9 assists in a loss to the San Antonio Spurs and a 35-point game in a play-in tournament which leaped the Grizzlies over the Golden State Warriors to take them to their first playoffs in 4 seasons. A lovely photo can be seen of Morant and his daughter dressed in Grizzlies attire holding the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Just look at her face.
Tristan Thompson. Okay, everyone knows that Tristan Thompson has children. He's practically built into the dynamic web of a reality show, The Kardashians, which has been on the air for years. The 4th overall pick of the 2011 draft managed to fulfill his dream of becoming an NBA champion in 2016 with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Soon after, in December 2016, he welcomed his first child, Prince Oliver Thompson, with ex-girlfriend Jordan Craig. Some potential overlap led Thompson to start dating Khloe Kardashian, and they welcomed their first child together, True Thompson, in 2018.
Welcome to the world.
With numerous alleged cheating scandals, Thompson and Khloe split and got back together on numerous occasions, and are now co-parenting as best they can outside of a relationship together. The 6'9" center will now suit up for the Sacramento Kings in the new season following a 3-way trade. This will likely give him more time to be closer to his children, as he can at least be on the same coast. A very different prospect to that of his previous team in Boston out east. Are you surprised by anyone on this list?